Welcome, lambs. Welcome to Love and Murder. Heartbreak to Homicide, your midweek mini edition. Kai listened to your input, and here I am, the updated AI Jane. I hope my voice is now to your liking. As always, be sure to subscribe at patreon.com/loveandmurder, where you can support us for free or choose bonus case options. Today, we go on a heart-wrenching journey into the tragic case of 3-year-old Elijah Vue. At 10:59 a.m. on Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, a 911 call came into the Manitowoc County Joint Dispatch Center. The caller told dispatchers that 3-year-old Elijah Vue was missing from his apartment on Mishicot Road in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Jessie Vang, a 39-year-old man from Two Rivers, told police he'd last seen Elijah at around 8 o'clock that same morning. He told officers that Elijah had been staying with him so he could be a male role model for the child. During the initial search, police interviewed Jessie with Katrina on speakerphone as she drove from Wisconsin Dells to Two Rivers. Within hours, an Amber Alert was issued. Law enforcement from local, state, and federal agencies began an immediate search. Drones, K-9 units, dive teams, and volunteers combed the city and nearby woods for any sign of the boy. The public was told Elijah might be carrying a red, white, and black plaid blanket. 31-year-old Katrina Baur, Elijah's mother, and her boyfriend, Jessie, were taken into custody almost immediately after Elijah was reported missing. They were charged with felony child neglect and had bond hearings on February 23rd. Jessie was held on a $20,000 cash bond. Katrina's bond was set at $15,000. They were both ordered to have no contact with each other or any children under the age of 18. Elijah's father, Jimmy Vue, said that Katrina knew exactly what had happened to his baby. He posted on Facebook that Katrina had all the answers. Quote, "My son is still missing, and we need answers. And I think Katrina Baur has the answer that we all are looking for." As the search stretched into days and then weeks, attention turned to the two people last responsible for Elijah's care, his mother and her boyfriend. Jessie has a history with the law. In 2017, he was federally convicted of conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine and was incarcerated for about 6 years. His previous records reportedly include charges such as OWI, or operating while intoxicated, felony bail jumping, disorderly conduct, drug charges, and child abuse. At the time of Elijah's disappearance, Jessie was on federal supervision for unrelated charges. On February 12th, Katrina had dropped Elijah off at Jessie's apartment for what she called a, quote, boot camp, a week-long stay meant to discipline her son. "He's 3. What are you talking about?" During their investigation, police were able to recover text messages and deleted Facebook chats between Katrina and Jessie. On February 18th at 4:36 a.m., Jessie texted Katrina, "I told you to trust me. I'ma make sure he hates me and being here." Katrina replied, "Don't want him to hate you, just fear you." "It's okay," Jessie responded. "Someone had to be the bad person." Katrina messaged back, "I know, but either way he can fear you and respect you." Jessie ended the conversation with, "He did fear me, but he didn't respect me. Now I'm making him respect me." Police also found out that while they were being interviewed on the day that the baby went missing, Katrina had been texting Jessie saying things like, "Stop, don't say too much, stop, you let him, and Attorney K." Katrina told police that she sent these messages because she felt they were trying to entrap Jessie for drinking and taking medications while watching Elijah. Data extracted from Facebook Messenger also showed deleted or unsent messages from Katrina to Jessie after he called 911 to report Elijah missing. Messages sent after 10:59 a.m. on February 20 included, "Say you guys were taking a nap and he left. Jessie, listen, the way you word things is very important. I need you to call me." And, "Say this is your guys' normal sleeping schedule and he's never opened the door before. Don't say anything about the child lock." Video surveillance from businesses and squad cars reportedly showed Jessie driving a borrowed Nissan Altima in Two Rivers on February 19th between 5:59 and 7:28 p.m., contradicting Jessie's statement that he was home watching Netflix during that time. The surveillance showed Jessie dropping off a dark-coloured suitcase outside a séance, Vincent de Paul Donation Centre, on February 19th at 7:06 p.m. On March 5th, police recovered this suitcase and sent it for testing. Testing confirmed it was a match for Elijah's DNA. On February 25th, a tip led police to a wooded area near Johnston Drive and Goodwin Road. There they found the red, white and black blanket. This blanket was also sent for testing and came back as a match for Elijah's DNA. Then on September 7th, after about 7 months of intense searching, a deer hunter found skeletal remains on private property just over 3 miles from Jessie's apartment. A week later, on September 13th, Police Chief Ben Minot confirmed the remains belonged to Elijah Vue. Forensic testing showed evidence of trauma to the head that was partially healed and had happened at least several weeks before Elijah died. This was consistent with child abuse. The cause of death was determined to be homicide by unspecified means. A child abuse pediatrician said that the history provided by caregivers and their messages were consistent with torture. Katrina allegedly denied these were injuries or that she had seen them. The case shifted from a missing child search to a murder investigation. On October 17, 2024, new charges were announced. Jessie was charged with physical abuse of a child, repeated acts causing death, hiding a corpse, and obstructing an officer. Katrina was charged with chronic neglect of a child resulting in death, child neglect, and obstructing an officer. District Attorney Jacqueline Labra said at a press conference, quote, "Ms. Baur allowed and sent the victim to the residence for boot camp and discipline. She condoned it and allowed it to happen, and left him there days before he passed away when she had the opportunity to remove him from that situation." The district attorney also said that Katrina knew of the alleged neglect and enabling behaviours, even though she wasn't present for them. Attorney Labre also said that Jessie tried to cover up the crime by concealing Elijah's body and misleading investigators. Jessie's previous chronic neglect charge from February was dismissed and incorporated into the current case. The district attorney said that probable cause had been established in the case. Katrina, quote, "intentionally sent that child for disciplinary reasons for more than a week to the residence. She was aware of the tactics used, the lack of care provided. This was an intentional thing by her." Judge Patricia Copper said, quote, "taking the probable cause statement as true for today, he is the one who was present and would be responsible for any neglect resulting in the child being missing or the lack of care." On October 18, 2024, Jessie and Katrina appeared for a bail hearing on the new charges. Higher cash bonds were set, $500,000 for Jessie and $400,000 for Katrina. Their other conditions of no contact with each other or any child under 18 were maintained. The charges against Jessie include a Class A felony, which carries a mandatory sentence of life in prison if convicted. Katrina's charges carry a maximum of 60 years. Both Katrina and Jessie pleaded not guilty. Jessie and Katrina had initial appearances on the new charges on October 21, 2024. Both cases are being prosecuted by Attorney Labre and presided over by Branch 4 Circuit Court Judge Anthony Lambrecht. In court, details of a meeting between Jessie and Katrina on February 13th to 14th were presented. A photo from that time shows Elijah with bruising on his face and arm. Another photo dated February 15th reportedly shows Elijah, quote, "standing in corner in diaper only, hands appear to be in praying position and the diaper looks full. It appears to have been taken at Jessie Vang's apartment." Jessie allegedly told authorities he disciplined Elijah by forcing him to stand and pray for periods of time and preventing him from talking to Katrina. Although Jessie was scheduled to appear in court again on February 7th, 2025, and Katrina's was for December 20th, 2024. I haven't found any updates to this case. Elijah Vue was just 3 years old when he died. In the weeks after his disappearance, hundreds of strangers joined his family in searching for him. On his 4th birthday, August 25, 2024, a public event was held in Kiwanis Park in Appleton. A virtual vigil was held weeks later. This case is a profound tragedy that has deeply impacted Elijah's family and the community that rallied tirelessly to find him. As the legal process unfolds, the community awaits justice for Elijah Vue. On that note, we'll end here today. This has been Love and Murder, your midweek mini edition. Thank you for joining us as we shared Elijah Vue's story. Be sure to subscribe at patreon.com/love and murder, and I'll see you in the next episode.